Living like an athlete ended up solving so many of my problems. I'm telling you, look, I lift weights 3 days a week. I train martial arts 3 to 4 days a week. I've been doing that consistently for quite a while now, years. And I can say that saves me, that level of dedication. And I want to say discipline, but at a certain point, once you become consistent enough, it doesn't really feel like discipline anymore. It doesn't really feel like discipline anymore. It just feels like something I do. I wake up, I know today I need to train, so I'm getting ready to go train. There's no negotiation in my mind about, do I feel like training? Did I sleep well enough? Like, unless it was a crazy night and I slept like 3 hours, then I'm going to train. There's some people who will still train under those circumstances. I don't. I think sleep is very important. But then again, if I stay out that late, it was for a really good reason. You know what I mean? So I don't just happen to get 3 hours of sleep, you know? And what I mean by it solves so many of my issues is, compared to everyone else that or not everyone, but a lot of people that I speak with, people are, for the most part, are still dealing with the basic upkeep of their human body. They don't know how to eat. What they do eat is not nutrient dense enough. Lacking in protein, lacking in nutrients, vitamins, minerals. Most of it is fake food, etc. They don't exercise, whether because they feel like it's too much work, or it's boring, or they don't have enough time, which is bullshit. I think we can all agree that it's bullshit. If you don't have enough time to exercise, but you're up on the latest TikTok trends, and you know who got married and how so-and-so wants a divorce, and yeah, you definitely have time. You just don't give a fuck. Just call it what it is. You just don't give a fuck about yourself. But anyway, that's like a little bit of tough love there. But I'll back off. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm not trying to attack you. Okay, this is a safe space. I promise. We can talk about it in the comments. You know. So, living like an athlete really saved me in so many ways, because while people are dealing with the consequences of not doing their basic upkeep, which most of it has to do with, like, are you emotionally stable? You know what I mean? Like, if you're not training consistently, there's no way you're emotionally stable. Like, let's just start there. The human body produces way too much energy for you to just not do anything physically demanding and still be emotionally stable. There's no way. But me, after training, you know, the last thing I want to do after training is argue, is entertain someone's bullshit, right? Is overthink shit that I don't really need to overthink. Sometimes it still happens, right? But it's way less likely, because I just sparred 8 people in a row. Why the fuck would I give, you know, I'll try to tone it down with the curse words, but this is the way I speak. And I only use it for effect. Why the fuck would I give a fuck about someone not texting me back? I mean, yeah, it bothers me a little bit, but, you know, time management, right? You'd be surprised how much well, actually, you probably wouldn't be surprised how much confidence it gives you to just remain consistent with your basic upkeep. It puts you in a certain level amongst other people who don't do that. And I'm talking about other people who have money, who have relations and good connections. If those same people are not exercising, I say living like an athlete because I lift and I'm a martial artist, right? But you don't need to do a sport. You don't even need to train that hard. You would just need to train consistently, right? But for me, for those of us who want to exert themselves that much, especially men, it's not enough to just lift, and it's not enough to just train martial arts. We need to do some combination of both, right? Some combination. Martial arts is a non-negotiable. If you had to pick one, it would be martial arts, hands down. But getting a little stronger will help you in martial arts, right? As long as you do it intelligently. Which, how to do that is a whole other topic, right? And I guess we could talk about that. Like, y'all could let me know if y'all want like insights on training and whatnot. I've been training for like 7 years, so I know this like the back of my hand. I program my own routines, all of that, you know. Yeah, it's amazing how much, because you see, the human mind will always find what to occupy itself with. So if it has an overabundance of energy that is not being used in physical exertion, well, then you're going to start acting up in some ways, right? It's going to start looking for issues to expend some of that energy. And usually it's in the form of, we'll say, that's so loud. It's in the point of emotional, we'll say, it's in the form of emotional, how do I say this? Instability. Emotional, that's not even a word. When you have like an upheaval, when you have like, you just start acting out, tantrum type thing, right? That's what I'm really talking about, you know? So, like I said, it doesn't even need to be too complicated. All we really need is like 30 minutes 3 times a week. I mean, seriously, it's really not a lot. It's really not a lot. So, yeah. I mean, imagine what the version of you would be. What the version of you would be that allows yourself to use your human body in a way that shows you that you are stronger and getting stronger over time. You're getting stronger over time. Instead of just dealing with the mundanities, or is that a word? I like it, right? The mundanities of modern living and going to the job and then coming back and then preparing your food and then sleeping. And instead of just doing that, you're showing yourself that you can show up for yourself in a way that strengthens you over time, as opposed to allow you to get weaker over time. And make no mistake, there's no way you are spiritually strong if you are physically weak. Not in this world. If you can go live in a cave and just become emaciated and, you know, enlightened, whatever, then maybe in that context. But we live in this world where we need to do stuff. A lot of stuff. And there's no way that you are allowing yourself to grow weaker over time, but then there shouldn't be a way where you can grow weaker over time, but then expect yourself to grow stronger in other areas. Maybe financially, and that's like the most, to me, that's the most unworthy sacrifice, but it's also the most common sacrifice. Oh, I don't have time to exercise, which is bullshit. We already know, but I don't have time to exercise because I work so much. That's the probably the most common tag along to the I don't have enough time. And then comes a, well, I have children, I need to take them to school, and a whole bunch of just useless garbage, right? it's amazing that if these people, I bet you if these people that don't train found a way to be paid for training, suddenly things just start, oh, they just have all this time now, right? Suddenly things just start clicking. They just start, they start becoming way more interested. You know, forget hiring a personal trainer. I'll learn it myself, right? I'll learn how to program myself. I'll learn what these exercises are. I'll learn the proper form. What? I'm getting paid to do it, right? But because they don't see any immediate financial gain. If anything, they need to sacrifice some financial gain because they're not working so that they can train. Then they're like, But at the end of your life, when death touches you, death is not going to be like, hey, your body is torn the fuck apart. What the fuck did you do? But hey, you know what? But that career though, you did that. Yep. That career. Yep. All them degrees that you got. Yep. That kept you in debt. So that you need to keep working. Yep. You did that. But your body is completely torn the fuck apart. You did not take care of it. This is the home that we are in. This body is the home that our essence lives in. This is our home. Anywhere you go, you are here. You are there, right? And you've been tasked, you've been given the privilege of having an able body. That's another thing that blows my mind is people who are like, I don't have time. And I'm like, you're an able-bodied person who doesn't want to exercise? Do you understand how many able-bodied people would at least like the choice of not exercising? There's not able, I think I said how many able-bodied people, how many non-able-bodied people would appreciate at least the choice of not exercising. There's some able-bodied people who still exercise. What the fuck is your excuse? You don't have one, not a good enough one anyway, and we both know that. So, if you found me, welcome. My name is Simbo Lumen. I make music and I also have an incredibly brilliant mind. And you found me for a reason, and that's because we are in resonance.